Hi, fire signs, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This is a reading to see who is talking about you and what they are saying. So I've pulled some archetype cards to try to describe this person to you so you can figure out in your life who this person is. They came through with the first archetype of slave, light attribute, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Shadow attribute, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. So this is somebody that has quite a relationship with source. Either they're like religious or spiritual, but the aspect of that is like maybe they're not as decisive as they should be, right? Because it's like, oh, I'll just like God figure it out, or I'll go with the flow. You also got mentor, and that came out in the reverse. Light attribute, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. Shadow attributes, inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, imparting false instruction. And then you got priest, light attributes, facilitates spiritual commitment, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. Shadow attributes, violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. So those are some of the characteristics of the person who is speaking on you. How you know this person is the King of Wands. So this is somebody that you have had in your space. I feel like, it seems like you could have met this person in your 20s, 30s, or 40s is what I'm seeing here. It seems like this is somebody that could have at one time tried to like build you up, give you advice, or put you on some kind of pedestal. It's almost like this is somebody that saw something in you, wanted you to be a certain way, or felt like you were not like living up to your potential. I feel like whoever this is somebody that you could have been romantically involved with, because you do have the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck and the Queen of Pentacles. So this could be like an ex-partner. It feels like this person could have cheated on you, or you cheated on them. Or this could be somebody that you're like mad at, is what it looks like. Somebody had to heal from dealing with you, or you had to heal from dealing with this person. Okay. So it's very possible that whoever this is, when you were dealing with them, because this to me looks like romantic, like this is somebody that you've been intimate with. It seems like when they knew you, they felt like almost possessive of like the outcome of like who you would become in the future, right? This was somebody who was invested in your future, and it's very possible that this person is almost like kind of a hypocrite, because it feels like when they knew you, they were really lower vibrational, and now they're like in this place of being reformed or healed or whatever it is. And it feels like they're trying to paint you as being the one who was wayward, or the one who like couldn't face your demons, couldn't get over whatever you were dealing with when you knew them. You get what I'm saying? So it's almost like this person is glossing over how they showed up in the connection, and they're making themselves out to be like some divine person, right? Instead of being like, yeah, I was in a bad place, they were in a bad place. It's almost like they're trying to make you out to be the problem, okay? And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that perhaps you didn't allow this person to control the narrative. It looks like maybe you put your foot down with this person, because they're speaking on your name solely because they're in the energy of the Five of Cups, right? And so it's almost like they're making a production of like the ending. They could be telling people things like, I gave my fire sign all there was to give, and I saw so much good in them, and they just went off and they did all these horrible things to me, right? You got visionary for the bottom of the deck for this person, capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. But the shadow attribute is selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. So it's almost like this person seemed as though they had a tendency to speak like words of encouragement onto people, but at the same time, it was at a price. Like they would tell you all the things that they liked about you or all the things that you could be, but they only liked those things if you would have stayed with them or did what they wanted you to do, right? For you, you got storyteller in the reverse, light attribute, ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols, shadow attribute, making up tales that harm others. So it's possible that this person is mirroring your storyteller attribute, because what I'm seeing is like this person has a story about you, right? They have a story where they have to be the victim, where they're like, I showed up for, my fire sign, and they just weren't willing to try, and they weren't willing to do or be. And it's really weird, like this person's energy, because there isn't a lot of accountability. And for somebody that's like so woke, right? Because you have all these cards of like the priest, the visionary, they are wanting to stay in the feeling of like they lost the one, versus being like, this all happened for a reason, or maybe fire sign wasn't meant to be with me, or maybe I wasn't meant to be with them. They're just kind of like beating this dead horse, but they're using this as an excuse for every failed relationship after you, okay? So this is like the person that uses your relationship as the origin story for like their pain, their trauma. If they meet someone new, they have to talk about the things you did to them or how they perceive what you did to them. They use the time they spent with you to be a victim. And then when things fall apart in their life, it's like they go back to you. They blame you, okay? Instead of just being like, it was a thing, it happened. I don't talk about that relationship because there's nothing to say, or it's really not a big deal. We were just people, and in the moment it was messed up. Like, this is someone who like laments on all of the things they did, and how they tried so hard to show up for you. And everybody does this. Everybody's the same. Everybody's just like my fire sign that broke my heart and did all these things, right? Now, what they're telling people about you is Ace of Cups, Nine of Swords in the reverse, Three of Wands. So this is the energy of like, my fire sign is an opportunist. They just want to go where it looks good. Eventually, that's going to blow up in their face, and they'll be back, right? They'll be back. They'll see that I'm the one, that I'm the reason, I'm the truth and the light, right? Like, this person is a little bit delusional about what the future holds for the two of you. I don't know if you feel that way about this person. Could be an earth sign, could be a water sign with the cards I'm seeing here. Could be a fire sign. I'm seeing everybody but air. But this person is like, my fire sign just has to learn the hard way. They'll be back, right? They're going to see that they're nothing without me because I'm their cheerleader. They're going to have this epiphany that, they're so in love with me and that they can't do better than me. And once they realize, right, that I'm the best thing out there and no one's going to care about them the way that I did, they're going to come back to this. They're going to turn around. We're going to be together, right? I'm forecasting this. I have this connection where I can prognosticate that the gods have told me that the fire sign that left is who I am intended to be with, right? So, I mean, this person isn't necessarily saying anything bad about you, but I do think that they're a little bit weird in their like attachment to the past, their attachment to this connection. The way that they look at you and they're like, everything that you are is a result of their sacrifice, right? Or of like the words that they bestowed onto you. It's kind of unhealthy in my opinion. So maybe just be mindful, because it looks like this is definitely an ex right? This is definitely somebody that feels like they got jilted, or that you didn't give them what they feel like they deserved based on how much they poured into you. So this is who is talking about you, fire signs. This is what they're saying. I will speak to all of you again soon, but in the meantime, you take very good care of yourselves. Bye.